community. Earlier this afternoon, Police Chief Mike Brown and Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall met with a group of community leaders for a listening session. They discussed department policies about the use of force and internal investigations. Attendees say it is a good first step in reaching understanding.
And take a look at what's happening right now. That protest at the Capitol we showed you just a few minutes ago is now growing. You can see cars are driving by and honking at the demonstrators. We don't have the sound up right now, but you can see those demonstrators are holding signs. They're also chanting, we're being told. They're on State Street, also along 300 North, right across the street from the Capitol. As we've panned over, you can now see the Utah State Capitol as troopers standing by in front of the Capitol just in case they're needed. But so far, we're told this demonstration has been peaceful. We continue our team coverage this afternoon. Fox 13's Sydney Glenn is live in Salt Lake City, where she asks experts about how to talk to your children about the protests.
But we start with Fox 13's Aaron Cox, who spoke to the pastor and members of Calvary Baptist Church in Salt Lake about how they are trying to be part of the solution.
Reverend Oscar Moses is a pastor here at the Calvary Baptist Church. He's African American, and he's also a retired police officer.
It's a feeling of disrespect that someone does not value your life or your worth.
That's what racism feels like. Reverend Oscar Moses says here in Utah, it's more subtle than other places he's lived.
So it's not legally out in your face, but you can feel at times when there's some tension.
Tension that was likely felt by some during the protests.
This is what it feels like every day. I just had to give you a piece of me.
If we don't take the intentional steps, these protests will be revisited very soon.
William Smith teaches at the University of Utah and has lived here since 1999.
You have stress just dealing with your job, but once you have to put racism on top of that, that becomes wearing.
It's called racial battle fatigue, something Smith says people of color experience from as early as preschool and into adulthood.
We won't know the pain that they're dealing with. We won't be able to try to deal with breaking down systemic oppression.
It's that oppression in the system, Smith says. He hopes people will change.
From sexuality to class to gender to race. And we need to understand that if you're going to oppress one, all are interrelated.
I stand here today to tell you that I love you, my brothers and sisters.
That's the message Salt Lake City Police Chief Mike Brown shared with Calvary Baptists on Sunday, and the message Reverend Moses is extending to all.
It doesn't matter what color, that they will know we are
Reverend Moses says he does not support rioting and looting. He also says he hopes those who have influence will be able to bring about something for change. In Salt Lake City, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Clergy and people of faith are gathering in downtown Salt Lake City tonight in a peaceful protest. They're meeting at 6 p.m., so in about 25 minutes from now at the First United Methodist Church. Reverend and pastors from 6 different churches will be in attendance.
As the conversations continue here in Utah, people of all ages and races across the country are demanding change, and that conversation is not always comfortable.
And Fox 13's Sydney Glenn shows us how you can talk to your children about the protests. Sydney, it could be a difficult conversation to have.
Absolutely. Bob and Kelly, look at this. You have National Guardsmen out here. They're putting on their gear. They're preparing for whatever tonight may bring. And when your kids see something like this, it could obviously be scary. But experts remind us this is a conversation that you have to have. Fighting for equality. Some doing it peacefully. Others chose violence. Well, you may think your child hasn't seen this or this. They probably have.
Our kids are not dumb. They know what's going on. They see what's happening.
The question is, do they understand why this is happening? That's where parents come in. Salt Lake NAACP President Janetta Williams says to talk to their kids about why people are marching.
This is why this happens. You know, there is not equality. there is discrimination going on. Black and brown people aren't treated fairly. They're not treated the way everybody else is treated.
Educational psychology professor Karen Tao says she hopes this conversation is happening in every household.
Thinking about my conversation with my 10-year-old son are going to look very, very different from parents talking to their 10-year-old black son. And they've been having these conversations for a really, really long time, way before any of these things have hit the media. And for them, it's a matter of life and death. And so recognizing even the fact that we don't have to talk about it is, in fact, a privilege.
A privilege that may leave some children overwhelmed to see these images and hear these stories. Dr. Julia Hood reminds parents that your children need to know the facts, but in an age-appropriate way.
What you want to do is make sure that your child feels safe, make sure that you are providing comforting, giving them accurate information, but also limiting it in a sense, especially depending on their developmental level.
Dr. Hood says the most important thing to do is be a great listener. Ask your kids how they feel when they see images like this one. Live in downtown Salt Lake City, Sydney Glenn, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Sydney, thank you so much. Stay with Fox 13 News, both on the air and online, as we continue to have these very important discussions and also show you what's happening at tonight's demonstrations.